Hello again, fellow trained body rangers. I just wanted to come at you with a strategy that we came up with on hardest with limits when we were playing Mission 79 here, which is this military base. This is kind of a actually interesting mission. There's a couple places you actually can go to hide in this mission, and what we're going to do is we're going to exploit that and take advantage of that. What I'm going to do is, well, first for weapon-wise, I have a prominence, which is actually good this time around, and I have a item that has 200% lock-on speed and 75% lock-on distance increase, and then I have a machine gun. And then he has a C-30 bombs, and he has a shotgun, and he has fast sprint. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run to this part of the hill over here, so I'm just inside the range of all the enemies with my prominence, because it has such a huge range. And he's going to run over to this area, which I'm going to show, which is inside this bunker here. And he's able to do this, not too bad. He stands right about here in the middle of the tunnel, and what he'll do is he'll run forward and throw some bombs up there, and then he'll come back, obviously, to get away from the blast and set them off. And then he'll just keep doing that. And what he'll do is he'll be taking all the the cosmonauts, rather, all their aggro, and be killing them, and then I'll be, from further away, attacking the towers. So, with the increased lock-on distance with this prominence, and the increased lock-on speed, I can fire these things every 3 to 4 seconds, which is ridiculous, and it's 6,000 damage, pretty good. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and find the towers, and the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to lock on, or just tap the trigger and see if I can find a target that's not moving. And it's pretty easy to find once you get a hang of it. You want to kind of aim a little bit high, and you want to try and lock, and then pull your aim down, and then find the tower, and then just shoot it. And there's 11 towers, at least on hardest there is. And I'm going to do is, once you lock onto that, once you find that tower, which is nice with the prominence, once you find the actual tower lock-on, the red reticle will stay on your screen until the missile lands. So that gives you an opportunity to lock on it again before the missile lands, and then you constantly have that same reticle on the screen. It's pretty simple. So by being in this distance from where I'm at, I'm actually not going to have any aggro come after me until the very, very end. And if you move actually even just like 50 meters forward, you actually get enemies coming after you for some reason. I guess this is just the very tail end of where you can be. You can kind of use that rock that's in front of me as kind of like a marker of where to stand. But I'm just going to keep attacking the towers, and he's going to be very careful. The enemies, the cosmonauts sometimes can shoot, like they'll put their guns through the floor and sometimes hit you, so you do have to be careful with that. But you'll kind of get your idea of where you want to stand. But another important thing is, with the prominence, make sure the person with the prominence is firing on the towers only and not on the enemies that are above the ranger that's in that little area, because if they do, the blast rays can actually kill that ranger in there. So you have to be a little careful with that. But like I said, once you kind of mess around with it a little bit, you kind of get the feel of trying to find those towers. They're relatively simple to find once you get started. And just like I said, try and aim high and try and look for a reticle that's not moving. And you'll find that this works out pretty well. You can actually both go into that hole, which is not too bad. All you have to do is at the start, which we didn't show. See right there, he actually got hit. So you have to be very careful. But that was the only time he got hit. But right at the start, he will take all the NPCs with him, and he'll take them to the far right side, to right where you can see the opening of that incline, that cave that are underground. And once you see that, you'll kind of see some frogs walking by and so forth. You just have to make sure you wait for those frogs to walk past, so you can actually walk to the fence safely. And then once you do that, you'll see a bunch of big cosmonauts walking around the entrance to that entrance going underground. And all you do is just wait that out for, I don't know, it's only about 30 or 40 seconds, if that. You can get set up in place in about like a minute or two. Just watch for them to start walking away from that entrance. They won't walk completely away, but they will walk a little bit away. And once they turn their back and start walking away, then you can go ahead and walk or run into there, and the NPCs will follow you. The reason he needs all the NPCs is because if I take any of them, for one, they'll walk in front of your missiles and kill you sometimes. But for two, for some reason, the enemies really take higher aggro on those NPCs, so they'll actually come out to me more if I take them. So it's important he takes them all. And then if they die, that's fine, but just it helps them out a little bit. So Yeah, you saw one gold ant come after me, but it's not a big deal. It's very rare, and if it does happen, of course, you have a machine gun to back you up, and you have the prominence, you know, as well. So once we get to the point where all the towers are dead, once you count, you know, all 11 towers, which the person underground can tell you when they're all dead as well. But once you have those all dead, then you can tell him to either back up and go to the bottom, very bottom of the incline entrance, so that he'll be safe from your missiles coming in, or you can just have him kill some of them with his bombs as well. But like I said, we both tried to go down there before, which is fine. You actually can both go down there and you're safe. It's pretty fun actually. You can throw bombs down there or use a big fireball or whatever. But the only problem is killing those towers can be really rough, because there's golds and there's silvers that keep coming out of those towers, and you can kill about 4 or 5 of them. But once you get to 4 or 5, then you have some problems of trying to kill the ones that are behind you. So it gets a little bit rough. So it is better to have one person further away. But yeah, that's it. We just had one enemy left, so we're gonna go and collect items. And there's a whole bunch of items down there, so it's kind of cool. But I think this could maybe be a decent farming mission, but I don't know. Honestly, this game doesn't feel like it needs a farming mission, because every mission seems to drop so many items. I think they kind of discourage you to farm for that reason. But I mean, I'm enjoying just the slow trickle of weapons coming in and upgrading anyway, so I'm not too in a rush. But anyway, yeah, this is something we found. It was kind of fun to do, and it was definitely enjoyable. But I mean, it's more enjoyable to go under there together and fight. But like I said, it's tough to finish the mission. But but anyway, that's the strategy we came up with. Just I guess give it a try and tell me what you think. And once again, thanks for watching, and hope to see you on the next video. I plan on keep making videos of any interesting hardest missions, and most of Inferno probably, including DLC of course. But yeah, this is where we stood, and you know, as long as you're in the midway point of the ramp and put your bombs towards the top and then run back down, you're pretty fine. But yeah, thanks a lot for watching.